Called Internet Doomsday. We talk with a local expert about the misconceptions about this virus that could kick you off the internet.
You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 6 with your award-winning news team, Lynn Brooks, Philip Coleman, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
Thank you for joining us tonight. It's been more than 14 months since the April 27th storms ripped through West Alabama, but help in the rebuilding process continues to pour in from all over the United States.
One church group from Paris, Texas is spending a week out of their summer vacation time to help with the recovery efforts in Tuscaloosa. And this is not their first time to come to the Druid City. WVUA's Jennifer Edwards has more on why they decided to return.
We've been praying about that, and one of the volunteers here, coordinators, contacted us through email and says, hey, y'all did such a good job last year. Would y'all like to come back? And we felt like that was God's way of saying to us, yeah, let's go back and see what we can do.
For Pastor Billy Norris, returning to Tuscaloosa to help in the recovery efforts was an answered prayer. But continuing to help a community devastated by a tornado is something youth pastor Phil Spann is all too familiar with.
Well, one of the reasons that we chose Tuscaloosa is because we had a tornado in Paris, Texas, back in the early 80s, and we were real familiar with what it's like having devastation in our town. And, you know, being part of the church and wanting to fulfill the gospel, we wanted to come and do the work of the gospel here in Tuscaloosa to help people that were in need.
According to members of Southside Baptist Church, the first time the group was here, they focused mainly on debris removal. Now they say they hope to work one-on-one with the members of the Tuscaloosa community.
We wanted to finish some things that we started and wanted to see the progress has been made. Well, this year we really wanted to work, you know, with people to be able to meet with them and to share the love of Jesus with them.
You know, we see the need, and you know, so many people, when they look at the church, they see what we're against, and they don't see what we're for. And we're for helping people. And so that's one of the things that we want to show the community and our nation, that, you know, the church cares. And we love people, and we want to help people who are hurting.
Reporting in Alberta City, Jennifer Edwards, WVUA News.
And the group will be working throughout Tuscaloosa until Friday morning.
Now, other stories of comebacks after last year's tornado. Big Lots is just days away from reopening at its new location. The original store on McFarland Boulevard was destroyed in the April 27th storm, but the store has relocated to the former Food Max building on Highway 82 West. Crews are hard at work putting the finishing touches on the new store, but Matt Wilson with Big Lots says the process of getting a new location was an intricate one.
It's been a tough year. We've had a lot of troubles finding a spot to come back to because, you know, there were so many businesses displaced and everybody's looking for a spot to reopen. So that part was difficult, and it was kind of frustrating.
Big Lots official grand opening is set for Friday, July 20th.
According to some reports, thousands of computer users were left hanging today when they tried to connect to the internet. That's because numerous computers are infected with a nasty virus called DNS malware. The virus redirects an infected user's web searches to some other website they didn't intend to go to force them to look at the advertisements there. Now, to give people time to get rid of the malware, the FBI set up temporary servers, but those servers were turned off today. WVUA spoke with Martin Blair of 21st Century Technologies in Tuscaloosa. He says if your computer is affected, chances are you would have already been experiencing some blackouts.
For most people, it won't affect them. If your computer's clean of spyware, you won't have an issue. Just those who still have infected computers would actually see any outage at all.
And if your computer is experiencing problems with this virus, 21st Century Technologies is staffed to help, and you can contact them by calling area code 205-752-8380 or go to our website and click on links.
For many, tax refunds are a welcome bonus to making it through tax season, But state officials say more than 25,000 people who are owed income tax refunds still haven't gotten them. The state has paid more than 1 million personal income tax refunds so far this fiscal year, but Revenue Department spokesperson Carla Snellgrove says as of Friday, the department had approved payments of refunding totaling $16.2 million. That money is for over 25,000 individuals or couples, but those have yet to be paid. Assistant State Finance Director Bill Newton says he's not sure when those approved refunds will be paid. More now in news across Alabama. Legislative committee rooms at the Alabama State House in Montgomery are getting video surveillance equipment. The Alabama Department of Homeland Security announced it was awarded a grant of more than $72,000 for that work. Officials say the equipment is being added in space previously used by the state attorney general that has now been converted to meeting rooms for legislative committees.
All right, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 13,000 young people are diagnosed with type 1 diabetes each year. And that's where Camp Sugar Falls is lending a helping hand. Camp Sugar Falls is a day camp for children with diabetes. It kicked off today at the University of Alabama Student Recreation Center, and it's sponsored by the West Alabama extension of Southeastern Diabetes Education Services. Now, not only are the campers learning how to live with diabetes, they're also having fun as well by rock climbing, swimming, and doing some arts and crafts.
They have the opportunity to talk to kids their own age who deal with the same things every day and find out what it's like, and they're able to maybe discover something new about diabetes and its care that they didn't know before.
And you can learn more about Camp Sugar Falls and other programs from the Southeastern Diabetes Education Services by calling this number, area code 205-402-0415, or go to WVUATV.com, click on numbers and links. Now, still to come here on WVUA News at 6, an intense debate about the right to carry concealed weapons on college campuses has flared up. Find out why.
And coming up in home team weather, watching scattered shower storms across portions of southwest Alabama this afternoon. Moving northeast, who's going to see the rain and how long is the rain chance going to stick around? Your forecast is straight ahead.